Yo, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? My name is Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with the NFL Playoff Edition DFS main slate video. It's a two-gamer, so not a lot of options, but you know what we do? We're gonna go through the video. If you're new to the video, thank you so much for watching, guys. Um, we're gonna break it down. We're gonna go through everybody. Um, and see if we can't find an edge. You know what I'm saying? Get an edge on everyone else and come up winners in fantasy. So what we're looking at here, guys, is Draft Dashboard, the best optimizer on the planet. $1 for 30 days. Click on the link in the description below, and you yourself can have Draft Dashboard. You get access to all my player pools, guys. That's NBA, NHL, MLB's coming up, NFL. Um, you get the NFL cheat sheet because if you can't win, cheat. It's got the best locks, best studs, best mid-tier, best value, guys. This is Draft Dashboard. $1 for 30 days, 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 20 nickels, 100 pennies. So check it out, guys. So let's look at the weather first. So I'm here in the Bay Area. It's going to be smooth sailing, right? It's going to be probably 50, 60 degrees. So Titans and Chiefs looks like it's going to be sunny. So weather won't be a factor. So that's good. So let's look at injuries. Uh, no injuries to even speak of. So let's go to the position optimizer. Let's go. So we got four options at quarterback. Um, you got the obvious one. You got Patrick Mahomes. He's 7-7. Um, finally had a breakout like Patrick Mahomes game, a 40-point fantasy game last game. Going up against Tennessee, ranked 18th in the league against quarterbacks during the regular season. I think Patrick Mahomes will be the chalk as far as quarterback goes. And rightly so. Rightly so. Then we got Aaron Rodgers here. In a tougher matchup against the 49ers. 49ers defense is no joke. We get that. They're ranked 10th in the league against quarterbacks during the regular season. Um, Rodgers, 19, 23, first two playoff games. Okay. But Mahomes, before he got that 41, he only had a 12. So you never know, right? So you're saving a little salary here with Aaron Rodgers, and he's $1,900 cheaper on FanDuel. Same with Patrick Mahomes. So both are almost $2,000 cheaper on FanDuel. So it kind of cancels each other out. You could go contrarian, go Ryan Tannehill, 5-5. You're saving some, but I mean, is it worth the risk? I don't know. Kansas City defense isn't that good. They're really not. Tannehill really has he's getting a bad shake here. He's better than what everybody else says he is. He's actually going to be more owned than Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be the lowest owned quarterback, believe it or not. So I might roll with Aaron Rodgers in this one just because of the ownership. In cash games, obviously you're going to go Patrick Mahomes. GPPs, Aaron Rodgers. Then you got Jimmy Garoppolo at 5-2. I mean, it's Jimmy Garoppolo. He's never going to, get more than like 15 fantasy points, right? That's just what he does. But their defense, they rely heavily on them to win games. So, I mean, for DFS purposes, that's not what we're looking for. So, again, Rodgers, I would do in GPPs. Cash games, I would go Patrick Mahomes or Ryan Tannehill. Jimmy Garoppolo is even higher owned right now than Aaron Rodgers. So, let's go to running back. So I think Derrick Henry off the top. He's 8-7, but I think he's pretty much unfadable, guys. You can't fade him. 29 and 30. Playoffs or not. Regular season playoffs, he don't care. Kansas City's ranked 27th in the league against rushing, guys. They give a lot of rushing yards. So Derrick Henry's a shoe-in, a lock. If you got to find a way to get him in, find a way to get him in because you can't fade him. You can't. Um, he will be owned a lot. He will be the second highest owned player on the slate, it's looking like. Which brings us to Damian Williams is next. Sorry, Schroeder came in here. This is Schroeder Skywalker, guys. You all know him from all my videos. So if you're new to the video, Schroeder does Schroeder's picks and gives us his double calls for basketball for home. He gives us his home run calls for MLB. So y'all know Schroeder Skywalker. He just wanted to say hi to everyone, see how y'all are doing. Busy day today. We got NBA and MMA, so getting prepared for that. So next up, your next option is Damian Williams. Right now, he's sitting at 62% ownership. Very high. So out of the two, I would definitely take Derrick Henry. Just Damian Williams is cheaper. He's only $7K, $600 more on FanDuel. Derrick Henry is $1,100 more on FanDuel. So, yikes. Damian Williams, 27-34 fantasy points. KC does run the ball a lot. And Damian Williams, he gets 12 rushing yards. 12. Sorry. I'm going to slow down. Jesus. Cheers, guys. I probably had too many of these rock stars this morning. I'm just excited. Cheers. So he gets 12 carries a game, right? Not Derrick Henry numbers. Derrick Henry gets 30 or more a game. So, but he gets 6 to 7 targets a game. So points per reception monster right here. I ain't got to tell you about Damian Williams, do I? Really? Next up, you got Aaron Jones. Now, this is interesting because he's going up against a very tough San Francisco 49ers rush defense. They're good at stopping the run. But is Aaron Jones matchup proof? That's for you guys to decide. I'm on the fence about it. I think he is matchup proof because if he doesn't rush the ball a ton of times, he will get the target. He will catch some passes, right? I know that's more Jamal Williams' role, and Jamal Williams might vulture some touchdowns from him. That's the only thing you got to worry about with Aaron Jones. But at 6'7", I mean, you got to find value somewhere, right? So if you want to start, here's your top option. You could. It's risky, but nice GPP play, right? 20, 19 fantasy points his last two games. 21, 25 rushes, 2 and 6 targets. So he's looking at 28% ownership right now. Aaron Jones is definitely in play. Next up, so the 49ers backfield is driving us crazy, right? We don't know if it's going to be Tevin Coleman kind or Mostert time. We don't know, right? Tevin Coleman took everybody by surprise last week. But the week before that, it was Mostert. So we don't know. So if you wanted to stack just the 49ers running backs, I wouldn't blame you for it. They're cheaper. So Tevin Coleman's 5'7". I really like the Mostert at 4'3". Very cheap. Price went way down because of last week. It was just 1 week. The week before that, he had 20 fantasy points, had 10 rushes. He was getting the goal line work. You know what I'm saying? Tevin Coleman, not so much. 5 rushes, 3 fantasy points, 3 fantasy points. I don't know if he was just like low key, like down low hurt, and they're deciding to roll with him now that he's fully healthy, or what the deal is. Matt Breida's just out of the picture, right? We're not even going to mess with Matt Breida. But Tevin Coleman, Mostert, whatever the fuck you pronounce his name, either one is fine. But if you want to really cover your butts, like in the utility position, you can roll with both of them and see what happens, right? They won't bust on you, at least. A complete bust, like at least get you 6. So 4-3. Let's see. Mostert is $1,500 more expensive on FanDuel, and Tevin Coleman at 5'7" is $900 more expensive on FanDuel. So got to make your decisions here. You could roll some Jamal Williams and hopefully that he vultures a touchdown and falls in the end zone, because every slate, it never fails. One of these cheap players is going to break it, right? Last week it was Coleman. Is it going to be Jamal Williams this week? It's a good possibility. What if he falls in the end zone for 2 touchdowns, right? And you don't have Jamal Williams at 3-8, it's over. Or the Niners can pull, they can do Matt Breida, right? Matt Breida could be the guy this week. We don't know. So that 49ers backfield is just risky, more of a GPP play. These guys up here are more of a cash game play, guys. GPPs are tournaments. Cash games are head-to-heads, double-ups, 50-50s, those type of contests. So these other bums down here, don't worry about them. So let's go to wide receiver. So we got Davante Adams off the top at 7'9". Now, I know the 49ers defense is tough, but they're not so tough against the pass. They're ranked 14th in the league. And Davante Adams is matchup proof. Old ass Richard Sherman's out there. He's good, but he's not, 24 years old anymore. Davante Adams should have his way. I'm really liking this Green Bay stack. I got to admit, Now, do I think Green Bay is going to win? I don't know. Right? It's going to be a good game. Hopefully, it's a good game. I'll be there. I'm going to the game. So I just want to see a good game. I'm a Raiders fan, so I don't have a dog in the fight. So I just hope for a good game. But Davante Adams at 7-9, he's $400 more on FanDuel, 39 and 22 in the playoffs, 11 and 13 targets, double-digit targets. So Aaron Rodgers is looking his way every time. So for a sure thing, you got Davante Adams, guys. Next up, you could go Tyreek Hill. I don't like the price, especially for the output that he's been putting. Only 7 and 10 fantasy points in the playoffs. There's people that do good in the playoffs, and then there's people that dud, right? He's good in the regular season, but in the playoffs, Tyreek Hill has not been doing shit. 7 and 10 fantasy points. So I don't know, guys. It's risky, and he's highly owned. He's the highest owned right now. So I would have no problem fading him. Next up, you got Devo Samuel, 5-5. I would say I don't know if Garoppolo has a favorite target, but Devo Samuel, he's probably one of his favorites. I'll put it to you that way. He's only 5-5. He's $800 more on FanDuel. Green Bay's ranked 11th in the league against the pass. He's gotten a 28 and an 8. So Bourne got a couple more looks than he did last week. That's all that happened. 6 and 5 targets. So Devo Samuel's definitely in play at 5-5, especially all he needs is get in the end zone, and you're sitting pretty. Next up, Sammy Watkins. Dare I say I'd play him before I play Tyreek Hill, only because of the price. Not that he's a better player, not that, the ceiling's higher. It's just I think he's more safe, if that makes sense. He's only 4-6, $600 more on FanDuel, 11 and 2 in the first 2 playoff games, only 2 targets, right? So he's all or nothing. Sammy Watkins is going to catch that deep pass, or he's going to get you nothing. So keep that in mind. He's going to be 40% owned, it looks like. Next up, Kendrick Bourne. I still love this play at 4-2. Last game, 5 targets, 13 fantasy points. So a lot of them short routes, he'll catch them. He gets red zone looks too, guys. He got a couple last week. So don't count out Kendrick Bourne at 4-2. He is $1,200 more expensive on FanDuel. So if you want to stack these Niners receivers, Bourne and Devo Samuel, I wouldn't blame you, because they're cheap, right? And the output, the ceiling could be a slate breaker. You never know. A.J. Brown, again, one of them players who's not showing up in the playoffs, guys. 1 and 3 fantasy points, first 2 games, only 3 and 1 target. So it was fun while it lasted. Same with Emmanuel Sanders, hasn't done anything. So I don't know, guys. I do love Lazard here. As long as he can stay healthy. He got hurt last game, so he was out early. But before that, 17 fantasy points on 8 targets. So he's going to look to Davante Adams, and then he's going to look to Lazard. So at 4-4, as long as he can stay healthy and not screw everybody like last week, he should be a solid play, and he's only looking at 13% ownership right now. So there's some savings there at 4-4, $700 more on FanDuel. Or if you're really desperate, you can go Corey Davis. He's 4K. Got 7 fantasy points last week on 2 targets. Pretty much all or nothing here, too, with Corey Davis. He is $1,000 more on FanDuel. So, I mean, if you're desperate, you'd be a GPP play. All these other bums down here, I ain't going to mess with. So, this is a matter of who's going to break the slate this week. Good luck guessing that, but that's all we can do. Another shoe-in, guys, is Travis Kelce. I don't see how you can fade him. 7-1. He's getting all the Mahomes love, right? It's not Tyreek Hill. It is Kelce. And as if you need another reason, Tennessee is ranked 27th in the league against tight ends. They give up a whole lot of love to tight ends. 5 and 12 targets, first 2 games, 5 fantasy points, then 44 fantasy points. I wouldn't be surprised if we got 44 more fantasy points against this Tennessee defense that gives up a lot to tight ends, guys. He's looking at 57% ownership. Now, next up, George Kittle's garnering a little bit more ownership than Kelce, and I think it's because of the price. He's only 5'8", so you're saving a lot with Kittle. He's $1,200 cheaper on FanDuel. Sorry, more expensive on FanDuel. I apologize. It's Kittle, guys. But he's not getting these 40-point games. I mean, he's 5 and 16, right? His breakout game is due, but I'm really big on who's going to do it in the playoffs, right? Because the playoffs is something different. If you know sports, you know that people perform in the regular season and they just totally go to sleep in the playoffs. So far, Kittle really hasn't really. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Just saying. Just the offense they've been running is just run, 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 and hoping to God that their defense gets a turnover in their red zone, and then they just throw a 10-yard pass. Right? That's how it's been going for the Niners. That's their play. That's been their play plan all year. So Kittle, you could go there at 5'8", but I'd rather go Kelce. Next up, Janu Smith, completely healthy. He's only 3'4". For savings, you can definitely go here, and you can be confident in it. He's only going to be 17% owned. He got 3 targets last game, got 9 fantasy points. So at 3-4, all you're hoping for is double digits, right? So if he gets a touchdown catch, that'd be great. And it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. I don't know who Tannehill's going to throw to, but Janu Smith is probably I don't know, number 2 on that team. So I don't know, guys. The savings is there. He's looking at 17% ownership right now. KC is ranked 22nd in the league against tight ends. So there's a positive right there, right? Not too good against tight ends. So Janu Smith could break the slate, and I would not be one bit surprised. Next up, you got Jimmy Graham going up against the Niners, right? Tough against tight ends. They're ranked 4th in the league. But if Lazard goes down again, or for some reason he doesn't play, here's your plan B right here. He's 3-7, 8 and 9. I mean, he's just a safe play, guys. For the savings, especially 8 and 9 fantasy points in the first 2 playoff games, 7 and 4 targets. I like that 7 targets. That's amazing. 4 targets is even pretty decent. So for 3-7, Jimmy Graham could break the slate, guys. And then last we got Blake Bell. You're like, who? I know, right? Finally, he got in the end zone last week. First touchdown of his career, and it came in the playoffs. So I'm high on these guys that do good in the playoffs. I'll keep repeating that till the sun comes up. You know what I'm saying? He only got 2 targets, but you know what? He's been targeted in the red zone. So he's only $2,800. So if you need that salary relief, Blake Bell's not a bad move. He's not garnering any ownership right now. $1,200 more on FanDuel, definitely more of a DraftKings play, but definitely a GPP play because you can put him in the utility spot at 2.8, and that frees up money for Derrick Henry and Kelce and all them guys. So that's what I'm looking at right now, guys. If you want to join the team, go to www.dfsclub.com, guys. We are the DFS Club. Unless you've been living under a rock, you don't know about us, here we are. You get 3 providers in one. You get DFS Space, you get myself, you get the DFS Whispers, you get 3 providers in one. We have over 500 members. We're still brand new, right? We give you every single sport. Nobody else in the industry does this. We give you every single sport. NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA. We got MMA coming up today, guys. I'm so excited. College sports, EuroLeague basketball. Every single sport. Click the Join Now button. Make sure you click on my logo, Skywalker DFS. And here are your plans. Nobody can beat it, guys, in the industry. They can't even come close. Every plan is all access. You get bankroll management, guys. We teach you how to manage your bankroll, right? If you're playing daily fantasy sports, if you don't know how to manage your bankroll, you're going to be making deposits, right? 1 or 2 a week at least. I have been there before. So you get that, guys. We cover every single fantasy site out there, from DraftKings all the way to like Super Draft. I mean, you name it, we cover it, guys. You got your daily cheat sheets, guys. That Space and I do personally, as far as like our own picks for the day. We post those every day. Those are golden. Those are golden. We do pre members only podcasts. 24/7 tips and advice by the DFS Club. We help you build lineups, guys, with the cheat sheets, with the advice, with the news that comes in, especially the NBA. You know how the news is. Um, we are the DFS Club, guys. Come check us out. We'd love to have you. www.dfsclub.com. Every single sport, and we kill it, right? So Let's go to the lineup optimizer and let's see what Draft Dashboard has to say about a good GPP lineup here. So we got Ryan Tannehill, Damian Williams, Tevin Coleman, Davante Adams, Bourne, Watkins, Kittle, Kelce. Nice lineup. So there you go. There's your free lineup sponsored by the Draft Dashboard. I throw it in the GPP, guys, because Tannehill's a GPP play. Um, Other than that, if you want to pay down a quarterback here like this, you can fit all these other guys in, which is really nice. So defense, you can always punt defense. I always do. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Um, I'll be at the game tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. Um, I hope your team wins. My team's been knocked out of the playoffs, so I'm rooting for y'all's teams. So let me know in the comments below who you got winning the whole damn thing this year. All right, let me know. I'd love to hear it. And again, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your pets. Let's get that bread. Don't take shit from nobody. I live and die by that, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you so much for watching.